I made a horror game using a game engine meant for children. Scratch is a free platform and community where you can create your own games using visual programming. It was created by the MIT Media Lab to teach kids how to code. So I asked my friend Ezra if he wanted to join me in using a children's engine to make a cursed game. It's Emily and Ezra. I've never made a game in Scratch. I don't know how to make a game in Scratch, and I will be relying on many tutorials. We made a wheel that had themes on it, which we will spin to determine the theme of our Scratch game. So we used a Game Jam theme generator to come up with these. Some of them are horror themed, like Who Wants to Live Forever and Hallucination. But then we also decided to put in a wild card, aka Wild Goose Chase. Okay, let's spin the wheel.
Hey!
Wild Goose Chase!
Wild Goose Chase! I didn't want that one. Oh my goodness.
And let's get to making the game. So Wild Goose Chase, what the heck am I going to make for that theme? One idea I'm thinking about is an infinite runner where there's a goose chasing you, and as you fail, the goose catches up to you and eats you. I also had this idea where you can move left and right, and there's goose falling out of the sky, and if you touch one of the goose, they eat you. I could also try to make a haunted house where the jump scares are wild goose. I went with my second idea and started drawing the sprites. To make the story of random geese wanting to catch you a bit more plausible, I drew a blueberry as the main character. To up the horror element, I made cursed geese, a goose on fire, a three-headed goose, jacked goose, and I don't know what this is. Now onto coding in Scratch. As someone who doesn't program at all, Scratch was so seamless to learn. I was able to execute this idea so much faster in Scratch than if I used a traditional engine like Unity. There are different categories of code related to different aspects of your game. Motion, looks, sound, events, etc. To have anything happen in your game, you find the correct category, then drag in the code that corresponds to what you want in your game. For example, if I want my player to show up after clicking on them, make sure my player sprite is highlighted, I drag in when clicked under events, then I add show under looks. Not to mention there are so many resources online that teach you the basics. For my game, I first added an intro by creating 3, 2, 1 dodge sprites within Scratch and coding them to show up in order. Now onto the blueberry. I coded my blueberry to align with my mouse position and have game over when touching the edge of the screen. I imported my goose assets and coded them to appear randomly throughout the map. When my blueberry touches the geese, it triggers game over. Scratch also has pre-made music, sound effects, and background art, which I imported into my game. Honestly, making this game was way faster than I imagined, and I seriously underestimated my skills. If you've never made a game in your life and you want to play around, Scratch is a great tool for that. Time to play each other's games.
Welcome back.
Welcome back from being done with our game.
Done is relative. I could work on it more, I think, but I didn't want to go too overboard. Actually, I was really surprised by how actually easy it was. And then I was impressed by how it included all the programming concepts that you should learn to start. So the whole time I was thinking I'm really excited for the future generation or whoever is using it. I would have really loved it when I was going to high school and middle school if I had something like this. Now I'm back at 30 something using kids game engine to make some games. You're a blueberry trying to escape being eaten by a wild goose. Okay. But what happened to the geese? Dodge the geese with your mouse. Here you go. Dodge. Oh, I see. Okay. Hey, what are those fiery goose? Wait, are they all Did you draw these?
Yeah, I did.
Does it get harder?
No.
Okay, this is pretty cool.
This is not offering enough of a challenge.
Okay. All right, I got it. I did 27 seconds. Okay, I think that's pretty cool. Look, it's pretty impressive. Graphic and the style was unified. Sound was scary when I hit the goose. I didn't like that at all, actually. But well done.
I'm ready to try your game next. If liked my very silly attempt at trying to make a scary game in Scratch, you should also see what Ezra did on his channel. Spoiler alert, his game was actually scary. So yeah, go check it out. It'll be linked in my description.
Come for me.